Have you ever found yourself in a conversation with a woman, doing everything you can to impress her, only to walk away feeling invisible? Maybe you've been stuck in the dreaded friend zone, wondering what you did wrong, or worse, watching her light up when someone else walks into the room. It's frustrating, confusing, and let's face it, it hurts. But what if I told you there's a way to flip the script? You see, attraction isn't just about looks, money, or even status. It's about connection. And the truth is, most men don't fail because they're not good enough. They fail because they're using the wrong words at the wrong time. Imagine if you knew exactly what to say to spark instant curiosity, create magnetic attraction, and make her feel like you're the only man in the room. Sounds impossible, right? But today I'm going to show you 6 simple phrases that do just that. These aren't cheesy pickup lines or manipulative tricks. They're powerful tools based on psychology and emotional connection. Stick around, because the last phrase I'm going to share is the ultimate game changer. One most men are too scared to use, but when you do, it'll separate you from 99% of guys out there. Ready to change the game? Let's dive in. Alright, let's kick things off with the first secret, and trust me, it's subtle but crazy powerful. The phrase is, "You have a unique way about you. I like that." Now, you might be thinking, that's it? That's the magic. But hear me out. Most guys, when they compliment a woman, go straight for the obvious. "You're beautiful. You have such a pretty smile. Wow, you look amazing tonight." And sure, those are nice. But here's the problem. They're predictable. She's probably heard them 100 times before. They don't stand out, they don't stick, and they definitely don't make her wonder about you. But when you say, "You have a unique way about you, I like that," you immediately trigger something much deeper. You're not just complimenting her looks, you're noticing something beyond what's on the surface. And that's where the magic happens. Why does this work so well? Because it creates mystery. When you say this, her mind will light up with curiosity. What does he mean? What's unique about me? What does he see that others don't? That curiosity pulls her in. And the best part, it opens the door for deeper connection. She'll want to keep talking to figure out what you're seeing in her, and that keeps the energy alive. Example in real life. Imagine you're talking to a woman at a coffee shop. Maybe you notice the way her eyes light up when she talks about her passion. Maybe she's into art, music, or social work. Instead of saying, "Wow, you're passionate," you lean in slightly, smile, and say, "You have a unique way about you. I like that." Boom, you just separated yourself from every other guy who only noticed her outfit or her looks. Or maybe you're on a date and she's telling a funny story, and you pick up on her playful energy. That's your moment. You say, "You know, you have a really unique way about you." It's refreshing, it's effortless, it's authentic, and it makes her feel seen. And believe me, feeling seen is one of the most powerful emotional triggers you can activate in anyone. Why most men miss this? Here's the truth. Most men are so focused on impressing, they miss the opportunity to observe. They're too busy thinking about the next thing to say or how to look cool that they don't actually pay attention. But if you can train yourself to slow down, notice the small details, the way she gets excited, the confidence in her voice when she talks about something she loves, the gentle way she interacts with people, and you highlight that. It's like unlocking a cheat code. It tells her, "Wow, this guy really sees me." And that's rare. Pro tip on delivery, it's not just what you say, it's how you say it. When you deliver this line, keep it natural. Smile lightly, hold eye contact, and let the words flow casually. No need to overthink it or make it sound rehearsed. The goal is to make her feel like you're speaking from the heart, not reading from a script. Also, don't rush to explain what you mean. Let the mystery hang in the air a little. If she asks, "What do you mean?" smile and say, "It's hard to explain, but it's a good thing." That keeps her intrigued, and that's where the connection deepens. How to handle common reactions. If she laughs or teases you back, great, that's a sign she's engaged. Keep it playful. If she seems curious, lean into that. Ask her, has anyone ever told you that before? This invites her to open up. If she brushes it off, no problem. Stay calm and confident. Remember, you're not looking for validation. You're offering a genuine observation. Final thoughts on secret 1. This phrase works because it's rare, authentic, and makes her feel like she's more than just a pretty face. It sets you apart from the crowd and builds real, meaningful attraction. So, next time you're in conversation, slow down, pay attention, and when the moment feels right, drop this line and watch how the dynamic shifts. Alright, let's jump into secret 2. And this one's an absolute game changer. The phrase is, I like women who know what they want. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Why would that work? It's just a compliment, right? But no, it's way more than that. This isn't just about flattering her. It's about shifting the dynamic between you and her, flipping the script so that instead of you trying to prove yourself to her, she's now thinking about whether she fits your standards. That's powerful. Why this works so well, Fresh Detective? Here's the reality. Most guys go into conversations with women trying to impress. They're trying to win approval, get her to like them, or avoid saying anything that might push her away. But here's the thing. Women can feel that energy from a mile away. And honestly, it's not attractive. But when you say, I like women who know what they want, you send a completely different signal. You're showing that you're a man with standards. You're not just chasing after anyone. You're attracted to confidence, clarity, and independence. And the best part, it creates a little challenge. Example in real life. Let's say you're on a date and she asks, what kind of women are you into? Most guys would say something vague like, oh, someone nice, funny, sweet. But when you say, I like women who know what they want, you're raising the bar. Suddenly she's thinking, do I fit that? Am I coming across as someone confident? Do I know what I want? Without even realizing it, you flip the dynamic. You're no longer just hoping she likes you. She's now invested in making sure she fits into your world. Why most men don't use this at knowledge trainers. A lot of men are afraid to set standards. They think if I'm too picky, she'll leave. Or if I challenge her, she'll lose interest. But here's the truth. Women are naturally drawn to men who know what they want and aren't afraid to say it. It shows maturity, confidence, and self-respect. And those are some of the most attractive qualities you can display. How to deliver it? Delivery matters, my friend. You don't want to say this in a cold, judgmental way. Instead, make it light, playful, even a little flirty. Smile, look her in the eyes, and drop the line casually. Here's an example. Let's say she's confidently ordering her food at a restaurant or passionately talking about her goals. That's the perfect moment to lean in slightly and say, you know, I really like women who know what they want. Boom. That's gonna land beautifully because it's genuine, it's real, and it connects to the moment. How to handle her response. If she smiles or flirts back, great. Keep the energy playful and keep engaging. If she asks, oh really, what else do you like? That's your chance to deepen the conversation. Share more about your values and what matters to you. If she teases you, that's perfect. Tease her back and keep it fun. Remember, the goal here isn't to test her or put her on the defensive. It's to invite her into a playful dynamic where she feels challenged in a good way. Real-life problem this helps solve. One of the most common issues I hear from guys is, I feel like I'm always chasing women, but they don't really value me. This phrase helps you break that pattern. Instead of being the one trying to prove yourself, you're showing that you have standards. You're subtly communicating, I'm not for everyone, and I'm okay with that. That energy is magnetic. It's attractive because it's rare. Most people are just trying to be liked. But when you stand in your own value, you become someone worth chasing. Final thoughts on secret 2. So, next time you're in conversation with a woman, remember this. Don't just throw out random compliments hoping to impress her. Instead, communicate that you have a clear sense of what you're looking for and that you're drawn to confidence and clarity. Say it with a smile, say it with confidence, and watch how she lights up. All right, we're on to secret 3. And this one is all about upgrading your compliments. The phrase is, "That's what I like most about you." Now at first, this might sound simple, but don't let that fool you. This line is a major upgrade from the usual compliments most guys throw around. Here's why it works. Most people, not just women, want to be seen for more than their surface. They want to be appreciated for the things that make them them. Their energy, their passion, their sense of humor, their kindness, their quirks. When you say, "That's what I like most about you," you're not just tossing out a vague compliment. You're zeroing in on something specific and meaningful, and that makes it stick. Why it's powerful? Let's break it down. Most compliments women hear are generic. You're beautiful. You're cute. I love your smile. Nice? Sure. Memorable? Not really. But when you say something like, "The way you light up when you talk about your dreams, that's what I like most about you," you're telling her, "I see the real you, and I admire it." That hits completely differently. It shows depth, emotional intelligence, and most importantly, that you're paying attention. Example in real life. Let's say you're having a conversation and she's talking about something she's passionate about. Maybe she's describing how much she loves helping people, or how excited she is about a creative project. You lean in, smile, and say, "You know what? That's what I like most about you. The way you light up when you talk about the things you care about." Or maybe you're joking around and she makes you laugh in a way most people don't. That's your moment to say, "That's what I like most about you." You've got this amazing sense of humor that's just infectious. It's specific, it's personal, and it makes her feel seen in a world where most people only skim the surface. Why most men miss this? Here's the trap a lot of guys fall into. They go for quantity over quality. They think, "If I just keep the compliments flowing, she'll like me more." But what ends up happening is the opposite. The words lose their weight and it starts to feel performative or even a little desperate. But when you slow down, observe her carefully, and point out the one thing that stands out most to you, it creates a moment of real connection. How to deliver it? Delivery is everything. First, don't force it. Wait until you genuinely notice something about her that moves you. Her passion, her kindness, her goofiness, her determination. Then, when the moment feels right, just say it naturally. You don't have to be dramatic or over the top. For example, "The way you care so much about your friends, that's honestly what I like most about you." Or, "I love how you're always curious about everything. That's one of the things I like most about you." Keep your tone warm, relaxed, and authentic. Handling reactions. If she blushes or smiles big, perfect. That means you've touched something meaningful. If she says, "Oh, really?" that's your chance to smile and say, "Yeah, it's really rare to see that in people." If she downplays it or brushes it off, stay confident. You can say, "I'm just calling it like I see it." That reinforces your authenticity. Real life problem this solves. A lot of guys struggle with making their conversations feel real. They either stay too surface level or try too hard, and it ends up feeling awkward. This phrase helps you break that pattern by showing you're paying attention to what really matters. It's the difference between being just another guy and being someone who actually sees her. Final thoughts on Secret 3. So here's the takeaway. When you're with a woman, don't just focus on how she looks. Focus on who she is. When you spot something unique, something that genuinely resonates with you, tell her. Say, "That's what I like most about you." It'll create a moment she remembers. And trust me, most people go their whole lives without hearing words like that. Alright, welcome to Secret 4. And this one is where things get really fun. The phrase is, "I don't think you're ready for me yet." Now, I know some of you are already smiling because you can feel how playful and edgy this is. And you're right, this line isn't just a compliment or an observation. It's a challenge, and that challenge is what makes it so powerful. Why this works? Let's talk psychology for a second. There are two powerful triggers this line taps into. The fear of loss. Nobody wants to miss out on something valuable. The allure of scarcity. What's rare automatically feels more desirable. When you say, "I don't think you're ready for me yet," you're sending a subtle but crystal clear message. I'm not just anyone. I'm not easy to win over. You're going to have to rise to the occasion. And here's the beauty of it. You're not saying this in a mean or arrogant way. You're saying it playfully, with a smile, and that's what makes it land beautifully. Example in real life. Imagine you're chatting with a woman, and she's confidently bragging a little, maybe about how good she is at debating, or how she's unbeatable at games, or how she always gets her way. That's your moment to grin and say, I don't think you're ready for me yet. Boom, you've just flipped the script. Instead of you trying to prove yourself, now she's thinking, wait, what makes him say that? What's so special about him? I am ready. Suddenly, you've sparked curiosity and made the interaction playful and exciting. Why most guys don't use this? A lot of men are afraid to tease women or challenge them because they think it might backfire. They worry, what if she gets upset? Or what if she thinks I'm arrogant? But here's the truth. When done right, meaning with the right tone and timing, women actually love this kind of playful challenge. It shows confidence. It shows you're comfortable with a little push and pull dynamic. And most importantly, it signals that you're not desperate for approval. How to deliver it. Tone is everything here. Say it with a light, teasing smile, not with a serious or arrogant face. The goal isn't to make her feel bad or inadequate. The goal is to spark fun tension and invite her to play along. For example, let's say she's teasing you about how much she can handle. Maybe she says, "Trust me, I can handle anything." That's your cue to lean back slightly, smirk, and say, "I'm not so sure. I don't think you're ready for me yet." Then watch how she lights up and tries to prove herself to you. That's when the dynamic shifts and the real magic happens. How to handle her reaction. If she laughs or playfully challenges you back, amazing, that's exactly what you want. Keep the fun going. If she's curious and asks, "Oh yeah, why do you say that?" Stay playful. You can say something like, "Well, you'll just have to keep up and find out." If she acts surprised or brushes it off, no need to over-explain. Just smile and let it hang in the air. Mystery is your friend here. Real-life problem. This helps solve. One of the biggest mistakes guys make is acting too available. They give off the vibe that they're ready to drop everything for someone's attention, and unfortunately, that often backfires. This phrase reverses that dynamic. It sends the message that you're someone of value, that you're not just looking for anyone, you're looking for someone special who can rise to your level. It's not about playing games or being manipulative. It's about setting a playful standard that makes the interaction exciting and memorable. Final thoughts on Secret 4. So here's the takeaway. When you say, "I don't think you're ready for me yet," you're inviting her into a dynamic that's fun, challenging, and a little mysterious. You're showing that you're confident, playful, and not afraid to stir the pot a little, in the best way possible. Deliver it with a smile, keep it light, and watch as the whole energy between you shifts into something way more electric. All right, we're now on Secret 5, and this one is pure fun. The phrase is, "I don't know if you can handle me." At first glance, this might sound a little cocky, right? But trust me, when you deliver it the right way, it's one of the most playful, magnetic lines you can use in a conversation. Why this works? This phrase works because it creates a light-hearted challenge. It instantly makes the interaction dynamic, playful, and just a little bit teasing. You're not trying to prove yourself. You're not trying to win approval. Instead, you're flipping the energy and playfully suggesting that you might be the challenge. This taps into something very human: curiosity. As soon as you say, "I don't know if you can handle me," the other person is going to wonder, "Wait, why not? What's so special about him? Of course I can handle him." It shifts the frame of the interaction and keeps things exciting. Example in real life. Let's paint a real picture here. Imagine you're out at a party or on a date. She's feeling confident. Maybe she's bragging a little about how adventurous she is, how she's always the life of the party, or how she's never intimidated by anyone. That's your moment to lean in with a playful smile and say, "I don't know if you can handle me." What happens next? She'll probably laugh, lean in, and tease you back. "Oh, really? Try me." Boom. You've just made the conversation 10 times more fun. You've added a little tension, a little mystery, and now she's the one chasing you just a bit. Why most men avoid this, if for sure? Here's where a lot of guys get stuck. They're afraid to be seen as arrogant or too confident. So they play it safe. They stay polite, agreeable, and never challenge the vibe of the conversation. And while there's nothing wrong with being nice, the truth is, only being nice can make you blend into the background. When you introduce a playful challenge, you break the pattern. You become more than just another nice guy. You become someone interesting, someone unpredictable, someone worth chasing. How to deliver it? Now this is important. It's all about tone. Say it with a smirk. Say it with a twinkle in your eye. Say it with a playful, teasing energy, not a serious, deadpan face. For example, she says, "Trust me, I'm wild. I can handle anything." You smirk and say, "I don't know if you can handle me." Or maybe she's bragging about how competitive she is at games. That's your chance. Careful. I don't know if you're ready for this. It's a subtle way of keeping the interaction fun and unpredictable. Handling reactions. If she laughs or says, "Oh really?" Perfect. Keep smiling, maybe add a playful, "You'll see," and move on. If she challenges you back, even better. Play along. Say something like, "Well, I guess we're about to find out." If she seems surprised or unsure, stay relaxed. You can always soften it with a laugh and say, "I'm just messing with you." Real life problem this solves. Many guys fall into what I call the nice guy trap. They're agreeable, polite, and non-confrontational, but they forget to bring energy and challenge into the conversation. This phrase helps you break that mold. It shows that you're confident, that you don't take yourself too seriously, and that you're not afraid to tease in a way that keeps things fun and light. Final thoughts on Secret 5. So here's the big takeaway. When you say, "I don't know if you can handle me," you're not just being cheeky. You're inviting her into a playful, exciting dynamic. It's not about being a jerk, it's about showing that you have a spark, that you're confident enough to tease, and that you're someone who brings a little adventure into the conversation. Say it with the right energy, and you'll instantly stand out from 99% of guys out there. Alright, we've made it to Secret 6, and honestly, this one's a power move. The phrase is, "I'm not that easy." At first, you might be thinking, wait, isn't that what women usually say? Exactly. And that's why this flips the script in such an unexpected, attractive way. Why this works? Most guys make the mistake of trying to be too available. They say yes to everything, agree with every opinion, laugh at every joke, all because they're afraid of losing the girl's interest. But here's the thing. When you're too easy to impress or too eager to please, it actually lowers your perceived value. People, not just women, are wired to want things they have to earn. When you say, I'm not that easy, you send a powerful signal. I have standards, I have self-respect, I don't fall for just anyone. And trust me, that's magnetic. Example in real life. Let's say you're on a date and she playfully teases you, maybe saying, "So, are you always this charming?" That's your moment to grin and say, "Careful, I'm not that easy." Or maybe she's testing you, trying to see if you'll jump through hoops for her attention. You lean back, smile and say, "Hey, I'm not that easy." What happens next? She's probably gonna laugh, lean in, and maybe even say, "Oh really? What do I have to do then?" Boom. Now she's the one curious, she's the one investing, and you've just shifted the whole dynamic. Why most guys don't use this? Most guys are terrified to create even a tiny bit of tension. They think if I don't give her everything she wants right away, she'll lose interest. But the opposite is often true. When you show that you're selective, it actually makes you more interesting. It's not about playing games or being manipulative. It's about signaling that you know your worth. How to deliver it? Delivery, as always, is everything. Say it with a playful tone, smile when you say it. The goal is to come across as fun and confident, not cold or arrogant. Here's a good example. She's giving you a hard time or pushing your buttons, and you just look at her, smirk and say, "Hey, I'm not that easy." Or if she asks, "What do I have to do to win you over?" you can raise an eyebrow and tease, "Maybe I'll tell you someday." That little bit of mystery keeps the energy light and intriguing. Handling reactions. If she laughs or says, "Oh really?" Perfect. Keep the flirtatious energy going. If she leans in and playfully asks what she needs to do, have fun with it. Say something like, "Well, you'll have to stick around and find out." If she seems caught off guard, just smile and say, "Relax, I'm just messing with you." That way you keep the vibe positive. Real life problem dissolves. Here's the honest truth. A lot of guys feel like they're always the ones chasing, texting first, planning everything, doing all the work to keep her interested. This phrase helps reverse that. It makes her want to chase you a little. It introduces a playful challenge and makes the interaction more balanced. It's not about power games, it's about showing that you value yourself enough not to fall head over heels for someone just because they're attractive or give you attention. Final thoughts on San's Secret 6. So here's the big takeaway. When you say, "I'm not that easy," you're not just throwing out a line, you're communicating that you're confident, that you have standards, and that you're someone worth working for. It creates a fun, flirty tension that keeps the conversation alive and keeps her curious and engaged. And there you have it. 6 simple but incredibly powerful phrases that can completely transform the way you connect with women. Let's do a quick recap. You learned how to spark curiosity with "You have a unique way about you." How to set playful standards with "I like women who know what they want." How to go deeper with authentic compliments like "That's what I like most about you." How to create a fun challenge with "I don't think you're ready for me yet." How to stir excitement with "I don't know if you can handle me." And finally, how to shift the dynamic by saying, "I'm not that easy." The beauty of these phrases isn't just in the words themselves, it's in the energy behind them. When you bring confidence, authenticity, and playfulness into your conversations, people feel it, and that's what truly makes you stand out. Remember, the goal here isn't to manipulate or impress. It's to connect, genuinely, confidently, and in a way that's fun for both of you. So as you go out and try these, stay relaxed, stay curious, and most importantly, stay yourself. I just want to say a big thank you for spending your time with me today. It means a lot that you're here, investing in yourself and wanting to improve your connections and relationships. If you found even one of these tips helpful, it would mean the world to me if you hit that like button. It really helps more people discover this kind of content. And if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe and tap the notification bell so you don't miss the next videos. We're just getting started. Also, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 6 phrases are you most excited to try? Drop a comment below. I read every one, and I always enjoy hearing your stories and experiences. Thanks again for watching. Take care out there, and I'll see you in the next video.